We invite all participants to please be seated. We will start the session right now. This is the last panel of Day 2 of IPA 2025, Technology Advancement and the Role of Artificial Intelligence in Meeting Indonesia's Growing Energy Demand. So, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, well, we do hope that you are still feeling energized. Let's check the room. Is everyone doing okay? Yes? Can you repeat after me? Selamat sore. Okay, now answer my question. Are you ready? Are you energized? Are you energized? Okay, we'll take it as energized because this final session is very engaging in its topic and it's very timely as well. So it's time for me now to introduce the topic and what we are going to be discussing on. The session aims to explore how AI-driven technological advances can enhance energy efficiency, sustainability, and optimization in Indonesia's energy sector. And we'll also highlight the importance of regulatory frameworks, investment, and collaboration to ensure responsible and effective AI adoption. And before we proceed, once again, we'd like to remind you can be participative in this by submitting your questions, and this question will be asked or addressed to the speakers that will be speaking this afternoon. All right, so now to lead the crucial discussion, please allow me to introduce our moderator, a member of the IPA board, and he will guide us through this dynamic session. Without further ado, let's welcome Mr. Sergio Mora Díaz-Guerra to the stage.
Good afternoon. Okay, welcome to the last plenary session of Day 2 IPA 2025. It's an honor for me to be the moderator of this session and with an amazing lineup of speakers in artificial intelligence. I am truly grateful for this opportunity as artificial intelligence is a field I'm deeply passionate about, so I want to give many thanks to the insider in the organization committee who has made this possible. So let's start. Andrew Ng is the prominent computer scientist, co-founder of Coursera, defined artificial intelligence as the new electricity. And he used this analogy to emphasize how artificial intelligence, like electricity in the past, is poised to transform virtually every industry, from healthcare and transportation to finance and education and so on. So talking about transformation, AI-driven solutions have been instrumental in various countries, enabling predictive maintenance, enhancing drilling precision, and improving supply chain management, also leading to increased operational efficiency and reduced cost. Artificial intelligence also is contributing to increase electrification and to decrease carbon emission. So today's discussion is about how technological advancement and the role of artificial intelligence can contribute to meeting Indonesians' growing energy demand. And for the successful integration of artificial intelligence into the energy sector, it necessitates supportive regulatory frameworks. So in 2020, Indonesia launched the National Strategy for Artificial Intelligence 2020-2045, which outlines a framework to optimize the role of artificial intelligence for national development. And as of December 2023, Indonesia issued ethical guidelines on artificial intelligence usage. Comprehensive regulations are under development and have to be aligned with existing oil and gas data protection policies. Therefore, we need to foster collaboration among government entities, industry stakeholders, and academic institutions, so Indonesia can effectively navigate the challenges and opportunities presented by integration in the energy sector. And that is why we have, as speakers today, so please come to the stage, Ibu Ayu Widya Sari, that currently holds the position as Director of Artificial Intelligence and New Technology Ecosystem in the Ministry of Communication and Digital Affairs, Indonesia. She received her bachelor's degree in electrical engineering from Institute of Technology Surabaya in 1996, and her master's degree also in electrical engineering from Trisakti University in 2009. Please, Ibu Ayu, please come to the stage. Let me introduce now Ivo Nuic. Ivo has 30 years of experience with Baker Hughes and recently has assumed role of country director for Indonesia. Prior to this role, Ivo was leading Daran Technology Center in Saudi Arabia for 7 years, and for the past 2 years, Ivo was Global Sales and Commercial Director for Wireline Services in Houston headquarters. He started his career at Wireline Logging Engineer in Kuwait, followed by various operations, sales, technical, country, and regional leadership roles in Malaysia, Indonesia, Dubai, and Saudi Arabia. Ivo holds a bachelor's degree in petroleum engineering from Zagreb University, Croatia, an MBA degree from Heriot-Watt University at Edinburgh. Please, Ivo. Welcome. Next. Dr. Ayu Purwarianti. Ayu Purwarianti earned her Doctor of Engineering degree in Information and Computer Science from Toyohashi University of Technology in Japan in 2007. She received her Bachelor and Master's degree from Institute Technology of Bandung, and she is currently an Associate Professor at the School of Electrical Engineering and Informatics, and as a Senior Research at Artificial Intelligence Center, where she was the chair from 2019 until early 2024. She has published approximately 200 papers related to artificial intelligence in international journals and conferences. She is also active in several artificial intelligence organizations, such as Indonesian Artificial Intelligence Institute. Please come to the stage. Welcome. And finally, Mr. Chandra Irawan. He's head of energy section in Indonesia Data Center Provider Organization, ID Pro. His professional role is country manager for Pure Data Center Indonesia since 2021, and previously worked as data center engineering operation cluster manager for Amazon Web Services Indonesia. He has extensive experience working in energy industry, including as head of operation for Berkeley Energy, managing operation and maintenance of various renewable energy power plants, and spent 12 years with Total Energies, with last role as the maintenance superintendent and deputy offshore installation manager. He holds Bachelor of Science from Mechanical Engineer Department of Bandung Institute of Technology, Master of Science from Sustainability Energy System Program at the University of Edinburgh. Please join us for the showdown. So thank you again, all of you, for coming. It's an honor for me, as mentioned before, to have this line up of speaking. Let's try to follow a structure of this talk, so to center in 3 subjects, as tried to explain in the introduction. So first, we are going to talk about artificial intelligence and energy efficiency. Then we will move to regulatory framework and ethical consideration. Finally, what are the future trends and challenges of AI? So in order to start, I would like to start with Ibu from Ministry of Communication. In the latest statement by Ministry of Communications and Digital, it was mentioned that the Indonesia AI roadmap will be published in the next 3 months. Could you please share a bit about this roadmap and whether there are relevant items related to energy industry?
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you, Pak Sergio, and also distinguished all the speaker. Regarding to what our next policy that we will set up in 3 months next, we know that energy and mineral resource play a very important role in supporting national economic growth and also sustainable for development. In accordance with the direction of President Prabowo, that his direction which scheduled downstream as a flagship program to achieve the energy self-sufficiency and optimize the extraction of natural resource by increasing product value added, diversifying the economic employment and global competitiveness. The mining, oil and gas sector contribute almost 4.9% of the total percentage of our GDP. So it remains among top of economic sector after the construction of sector and trade and retail. And also in terms of investment, the level of investment in energy and mineral resources show that continues to increase in the period of 2022 until 2024 with value almost $32.3 million US. And as we know that we have some policy regarding the AI. One is our Digital Indonesia 2045 vision that set the target of availability of digital infrastructure and also digital ecosystem to realize the national digital transformation. And also thanks to God, we have also strategic artificial intelligence national 2020. This document provides initial direction of AI development in Indonesia, including availability of regulation, infrastructure, talents, the implementation of ethics, AI research, and also the private sector to be supported by AI technology. And in 2023, our minister provided the direction for responsible AI in circular letter on AI ethics. This circular letter provides ethical principles that must be met by business entities intended to build and use AI in Indonesia. So regarding the roadmap AI, we need to make a development of new roadmap for AI. And the current AI policy is still under review with stakeholders, and we aim to publish AI roadmap as a strategic guide relevant to the latest AI development harmonized with vision, mission, strategic issue, priorities, and stronger AI governance, including for the mining and energy sector. Under this task, we have many stakeholders to involve, and we hope that in next 3 months we can finish this policy, and also we hope that the energy sector will involve with this roadmap setup. Thank you.
Thank you, Widya, for sharing your insights and the ambition roadmap you have ahead. I would like now to let's delve into another crucial aspect of artificial intelligence, and I will ask Ivo if you could share what has been the biggest achievement from the development and implementation of AI for improving oil and gas exploration and production.
Thank you, Sergio. Yeah, I was thinking a lot how to answer this question because I've been in the industry long enough, 30 years, and I really enjoy the role of leading the Irawan Technology Center in Saudi Arabia for 7 years, not long ago. And I could see from the front seat exactly this question, like what AI or digital transformation have contributed to the sector, what works, what doesn't work. So I hope during this event today I'll be able to share my personal experience more than generic research outcomes. So I had a beautiful slide. I don't know if we can show it as an opener. If possible, if not possible, it's okay. Imagine now you are at the drilling rig, a poor operator who get all of his training and probably some gray hair over the years. And responsible for such a critical operation. Any moment something can go wrong, somebody can get killed. Lots of life got lost during the history in oil and gas, right? So, and it's just avalanche of expectations on the individual. Watch about that, watch about this, ROP, the weight on bit, time, pressure, and then weather can be obviously adverse. And so, and at the end, safety first. We like to say safety first. So it's a tremendous pressure on the individual, and this is where I felt, if I can single out some big difference today, what we can provide to our people at the field. Yeah, there you go, perfect. So you may read all of these expectations on the poor operator, right? And then when something goes wrong, we blame the individual, we don't blame the ecosystem and all. So there's a huge amount of improvement made over the years to simplify the life of poor operator at the field through automation, through AI applications, numerous cases. When it comes to biggest challenge in oil and gas, where AI could help, think about simple 3 things. If you talk to any operator today, help me with reducing cost per barrel. Okay. Second, reduce carbon intensity per barrel produced. Very good. And the number 3, safety of my operations. How can I conduct safe operations? We don't want somebody to lose life, for God's sake. It happens, it still happens, right? So I think we, as industry, should push hard, not having this ever again. It's still happening in many countries. So, again, safety first, and also the popular one, time is money. Cepat, cepat. Yalla, yalla. This is what happens on the field, right? So I think this is a huge example. 3 challenges I just mentioned, and the 2 commercially launched solutions that I have witnessed personally, most mature across most of the operators. It's about automated predictive maintenance. You want to predict lifetime of your critical equipment. Can we not be smarter and based on history to assess when something is going to fail, how much more of lifetime is remaining, be it a drill bit, be it compressor at surface, be it a downhole tool of any kind. So this is a huge progress made on automated predictive maintenance. It's working, it's valuable. Many proof of concept has been done, and implementation is taking more and more exponentially. And the second one is optimization of operations, be it production optimization or well construction optimization. And I have later to share some examples of those 2 specific events with audience. And just to close with this, what has happened also with AI, we today can do automated interpretation to avoid human errors, and the bias type of interpretation can be done through automation competently. And the other one is, again, as I mentioned earlier, is offset analysis. Where are we going to drill next well? Can we not be smarter? What happened in the past not to reoccur again, ever, by knowing? And the last one is lifetime equipment, as I said earlier. So with that, I'll close the answer. Thank you, Sergio.
Yes, thank you. Very enlightening. But going a little bit deeper, can you give some examples if we translate these 2 figures to return on investment in the oil and gas sector?
You're asking me about ROI?
Yes.
Oh, okay, so how do we measure? That's another big challenge. One of the reasons for the slow adoption of AI and digital transformation in general is related to how to measure benefits. Show me the value, show me the money kind of, expectations. Because there's a huge investment in AI solutions, right? So in our company it's the same. So we don't want to say that AI has contributed directly to our bottom line. Of course, we monitor the revenue for the software applications, AI applications that we develop or co-develop with the customers. Of course, we want to know the revenue as well as the margin created with that. And I can tell you that by 2028, I saw the data expectation of the market will be associated with the AI application, $4.2 billion. Okay, it's quite a big number. And then compound annual growth rate at 12%. It's quite significant. People will invest in that, right? But in our company, it's not a primary target, to be honest. What we see the value is just enabler. AI is enabling our innovations. We have 100 years of history as a Baker Hughes, innovation, yeah? So I worked in R&D center, and I know how much AI help us to develop specific application, but ultimately help us to be more efficient. What customer wants today from us? Can you not be predictable? How do you become predictable? How do I know that you can do sustainable operation to me? And please don't be 100%. Nobody is perfect. We don't need 100% performance. 80% efficiency or 90% efficiency is good, but please be sustainable so I can plan accordingly. I can adopt to your delivery of specific efficiency predictably. So that's why we had to develop specific application. I can just mention two quickly. It's in a production optimization space. We have Lucipa. That's a product that is a digital tools ecosystem. It's agnostic. It applies to anybody's customer's current network or platforms that they may have in place easily within 12 weeks. And we have seen applications of 60,000 wells globally. These are the recent numbers. 60,000 wells, 20 countries plus, and hundreds of reservoir is leveraging that capability. And we have like average production increase of 3%, and we have efficiency gains by spending less engineering time through these applications up to 75%. So that's in the production optimization space. And then in well construction, we have Corva, which is a set of like AI app store, like on your iPhone, you have app store, you can download anything to help you to be more efficient. That's what we have in well construction space, where we optimize well delivery. And then we have iTrack, which is automation of our drilling services. We can program tool today to drill any trajectory you want. Obviously, you still need an expert eye behind it. It cannot be self-driven and let alone. So I think I kind of gave you examples. So in summary, we don't have direct impact of AI, but it's indirectly huge, because if we perform better to customer expectation, reward is coming. I believe in that we will get what we deserve at the end. Thank you.
Thank you. That's impressive achievement with Leucipa. Let's move to Professor Ayu. What are the potential economic impacts of AI on Indonesia oil and gas sector? What is your vision?
Okay, thank you very much. So I think your questions already contain a statement that AI is not only a technology upgrade, but it's also an economic catalyst, because it can boost the productivity, it can make your cost more efficient, and in the end, it will give like a big improvement to your industry. So it's not only, a term that Indonesia know is kind of like fun of about AI, this one is using AI, this one is using AI and everything. But it really is. It can, like I've already explained just now, it can give you this cost efficiency. It can also give you this productivity by, for example, optimizing the field operation. Also, perhaps another example like supply chain optimization, right? For the remote area, for example, we have in Papua, Kalimantan, right? We need this supply chain optimization. When we can do it by AI can help in that place, That there are so many things. I mean, like if industry has this cost efficiency and also it can have this higher productivity, then the investor will come, right? Then it will give like more investment, yeah. And not only that, actually this AI technology, of course we know that AI will, like automate several roles, but not really replace all the roles, right? It's just automating the, the clerical roles, the things that you have to do it repetitively. But AI can also give you these new jobs. So there will be more demand on the job, related with this AI in the oil and gas sector. So I think it has a big impact for the oil and gas sector. So actually now in Indonesia, I see that AI have a big impact in the finance, in the banking sector. There are many AI team in each bank. Actually, they make a lot of AI products to help the bank. Then I believe in the oil and gas sector, it will be also the same.
Thank you for the detailed explanation. That following your rationale that it could be, we could find kind of an exponential growing, I think it's perfectly to introduce the next questions related to data centers. So what role do data centers play in facilitating real-time data analytics for oil and gas exploration and production?
Okay, I think before I jump to that question, I just want to add one thing from IFO. I think back in 2008, when I was still in Balikpapan, so one of my my college, he did some simulation HISIS on Friday. So he kept his computer on for 3 days. He expected that by Monday the simulation is completed, but unfortunately on the weekend there was a power outage. So the simulation was not successful and he need to redo it again. So I think that is something that we can avoid nowadays with AI, because AI is very close with cloud, where cloud has 3 main advantage. First is secure, second is availability, and 3 is scalability. So with the 100% availability, that when you upload all the parameters, it will continue to run, and you don't need to think about, oh, we have a power outage, we have problem with the computers. At the end of the day, you will get the numbers, and that will be good for our operation. So, and then you ask about the what can
the role that do data centers play in facilitating the real-time data analytics for oil and gas exploration and production.
Okay, so I think this is related with experience as well from when operation on oil and gas maybe 5 years ago. So first is about data management. So with data available in our servers, that we can ensure that all our actions are valid, are following all the operation parameters, and that will be good for our efficient operation in our plant, and to ensure that we have maximum availability, maximum security, and a maximum safety on our plant. And I think we also see that the high performance computing, or HPC, will also help us to expedite the processing time for our simulation. So I think now with the growth of AI, the process control can be supported by AI application. That means operator inside the control room doesn't need to be 100% always looking into the parameter. If there is any alarm, he need to react immediately, because AI will able to pinpoint which activity or which alarm that need to be react immediately, or for example, they can offer some kind of like direction how to perform rectification on such event. And thing third is real-time data ingestion processing. I think this is related with Ibu Ayu mentioned, even though our plant is in Papua, but the processing in Jakarta, for example, as long as it has a secure and reliable connection, all the parameter can be processed in Jakarta and then sent back to Papua, for example, for implemented on site. And last thing is the scalability and flexibility. So with cloud or AI facility, we don't, for example, if you only need 1 or 2 megawatt computing facility, you can build from 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So you doesn't need to build immediately 5 megawatt, for example, because what cloud and AI advantage is their ability to adapt with the environment or the amount of workload that they need to perform.
Thank you. But so, being data center so critical, could you elaborate a little bit more about the measures that are in place to ensure the reliability of AI application hosted by data centers, talking about key infrastructure needed?
Okay. Yeah, about the performance criteria for data center, I think we revert to a standard that currently used worldwide. There are 2, TIA 492 and Uptime Institute. So for Uptime Institute, they use tier 1, 2, 3, and 4. TIA, they use rating 1, 2, 3, and 4. So just for example, for uptime tier 4, the availability of the facility need to reach 99.995%. So that means the data center facility downtime for 1 year is maximum 26 minutes. And that is challenging because I used to work in once the largest gas plant in Indonesia, and I think we only reach availability up to 94%. So we still have blowdown, we still have shutdown. So I think that is very critical for data center to ensure the data center will provide cloud and AI service for the consumer or for the customer with highest availability possible.
Okay, thank you. Quite impressive. So let's move to regulatory framework and ethical considerations. Ibu, technology. What are the set of regulations that you think needs to be in place to govern AI implementation in Indonesia? So what are the risks, ethics, and which are the things that do not need to be regulated to boost AI implementation?
Okay, the first is to responsibly govern AI. You know, implementation in Indonesia, we need a regulatory framework that should balance between protect citizen and also encourage innovation. And also, we need a balanced regulatory framework should prioritize ethical use and data privacy, transparency, and risk-based oversight while fostering innovation. So, I think the high-risk AI application must be auditable and also accountable, while low-risk tool and open-source innovation should remain lightly regulated to support local startup and also research. So Indonesia should align also with ASEAN and global standard to ensure safe, responsible, and locally beneficial AI for development. That's all.
Thank you. Those are really compelling points. Let me move now to some concerns, Chandra. There has been ongoing concerns related to data privacy and security when it comes to implementation of AI, particularly in the oil and gas industry, because the data is country confidential. How do data centers provide solutions for such an issue?
Okay, so I think let's start with the basic data protection. So I think we know that data which is stored in cloud or in servers, basically, there are at least 4 types of protection. First is the physical protection. So basically, all data centers are fully secured by man security, by design of the building, by the method of accessing the servers is already at least, this is I think pretty much standard for that each data center. If you want to reach the server, you need to go at least 5 to 6 doors that all has access card, with sometimes with your retina scanner. So it is a very secure way to access the server. And second, I think we have also the, we call it network security. So all the data that enter and in and out data center, the servers need to go to the network, and each network has its own transfer protocol, which encrypted. So that is second security measure. And 3 is the data encryption itself. So when the data arrive into the server, it will be, when it's sent, it's encrypted. When it's arrived, it will be de-encrypted. So end-to-end the encryption is a way to ensure that if the data leak in the middle, let's say the network protection security will be leaked, they still cannot use the data, basically. And 4, and last, I think, is we have a global standard for data security protection. I think the one is the most well-known is the ISO 27001. So that is really put all the required data security protection that needs to be implemented on our data center before they certified your data center as a secure facility. And that is, that's why if you want to put your data in data center, for example, the first time you ask, do you have ISO 27001? Because that is the way that you can assure that you have data center with full protection. And I think this is not mandatory, but this is now become popular nowadays because of the geopolitical tension. So maybe some majority, I can say, majority of the country now implement data sovereignty and localization. So, for example, United States, European Union, Singapore, they implemented the data sovereignty and localization. That means all data will need to be stored and secure within the country perimeter to ensure that there is no breach in terms of information out from their country. Yeah.
Thank you. Good to understand how it works, the protection. Moving to academia ground, Professor Rayu, how can AI be leveraged to drive sustainability and environmental stewardship in the oil and gas sector, and what roles does academia play in advancing these initiatives?
Okay, it's quite different from the previous question, but actually this is also the AI risk, right? People, they tend to relate AI with the sustainability. We're talking about green AI, but there's another thing like AI in sustainability, right? So this one is the second right? How do we use this AI for sustainability environment? So actually, AI can be used for anything, right? It really depends on our creativity. So for example, for this sustainability, like in the predictive maintenance, I've already said before. So if you're talking about the equipment, right? If there is an equipment failure of the equipment, it will make some event that we don't want, like leakage, spill, blowout, right? It will harm the environment. So AI can be used, for example, for the real-time monitoring. So the sensor, we can add AI inside that. It will be AI-powered sensor. Yeah, it is called descriptive because we know the event, the leakage in real time. So we can immediately make some action for that. So the environment will not be too harmed, okay? And then there is another thing in AI, it's called prediction. So the predictive maintenance actually is part of the prediction. We can predict whether this equipment will fail in the next week or next month. So we can do something to prevent it. So there will be no leakage, there will be no blowout, there will be no spill. So it can help to the environment, right? And then another thing is about the optimization of the energy use, of the water use, right? We can, AI can help you to recommend what kind of optimization in on operation, so it can make your, fuel consumption can lower. Yeah, that is related with this optimization of the energy use and the water management, for example, or the smart waste. So there's so many things that we can do with this AI. And then your next question is actually related with the academia roles, right? So I think it's also related with the, basically, academia has several roles, right? The first one, of course, the partnership between academia and also the industry. I think this is very important. It's not only for the research and innovation, but it will be also for the students because they can, have the experience to have these research collaborations. They have the experience to do some internship. And also this collaboration also will enhance the curricula. So the curriculum in university, they'll be really equipped will we cope with the real problem in the industry, right? So people say that there is a gap now between the graduate from the university and also the industry because there is, no collaboration, no communication at all. So really need this collaboration to make the curriculum is good. So these graduate students, they will, after they graduate, they will be ready in the first day of their work, right? So I think that's the most important of the academia role. And another thing, of course, the academic role will be with the government, making the policy development or the ethics guidance development. Thank you.
Thank you. I think you have given very clear examples on the huge importance of the academia role. What I would like to know now is, what is, Paibo, your point of view from the comments from Professor Ayu from Baker and Hughes?
Yes. Actually, I had conversation and I saw the topic being around academia and students, and I suggested that I can be given chance to speak from my own experience. It was instrumental. I think it's everybody underappreciated how much students actually can help with the key projects done by many major service oil companies or operators, I'm sure. I think it should be due diligence for every company that operates in Indonesia to have a KPI on student engagement side, academia engagement side, for the reason, for the benefits, because we could even save how many people we had or resources by having that access to the top talent of academia. Actually, our technology center was on academia ground. It was easier, obviously. There was a major NOC, obviously, oversight and measurements and KPIs. And so we really took advantage of that ecosystem and tap into the top quality students from academia to enable their internship. We had many students applying, and we would select through proper interview the top 10, 15 at a time, and continuously engaging them in the real industry problems, be it well construction or production related or safety related. They came up with a huge idea and concept how to manage carbon emission on the rig sites by, how much diesel consumption actually converts into energy to drive the drill pipes and all, how that could be saved if we would change different diesel, how one rig compared to other. And there was a huge interest from operator. Oh, you could actually give us some insight. How is our carbon emission from rig to rig, from site to site? And they build all this nice AI application through Python or through some other means. And it was just beautiful, and they would enjoy it. And then they would like to extend 2 months, summertime, let's extend another 6 months, but part-time, yes, you can. And then we have hired several of those top performers, would be a great source of talent that we could actually employ. And until now, we have so many examples of that. So it's hugely important. I would love to be an opportunity. I'm new to Indonesia. I used to be here before. If we can connect with the top universities, and data science is petroleum science. It's a new petroleum science, data science, one of the most scarce resources in industry today. So yes, looking forward to establish similar concept in Indonesia.
Thank you for sharing your impressive experience with us. Moving to the communication ministry point of view, what do you think about the impact of potential trade war to AI implementation in Indonesia? How can international collaboration, knowledge sharing enhance AI adoption in Indonesia, particularly in the oil and gas industry?
I think the trade war has a significant impact to the global technology ecosystem, including implementation of AI in Indonesia. For example, restriction of semiconductor export, and then restriction of access to advanced technology, and also fragmentation of global supply chain could slow access to AI hardware such as GPU, AI chips, and cloud infrastructure that rely heavily on global players. So I think regarding effort to achieve global harmony, Indonesia currently faces various challenges, both in building a strong and effective regulatory infrastructure, and also oversee the development and implementation of AI. It is the dependence of foreign technology and also infrastructure, and difference of level readiness for the technology, and also adoption by certain sector, and also, as well as social and culture. I think it is important to identify priority and needs related to AI regulation by considering various contexts from social, culture, and also economic aspect. To achieve harmony with global regulation related to AI governance, Indonesia needs to overcome this challenge by strengthening legal and also collaboration, and to strengthen technology capacity to overcome these challenges by international collaboration, also developing policy that can accommodate local and global needs.
Thank you very much, Iwayu. We are running out of time, and we have already some questions from the audience. So we are going to some of them, and if we have time, we go back to the last section of the discussion. So from Putri BJA, question from Ibu Ayu as artificial intelligence adoption and data center investment accelerate. How is the government aligning its energy policy to support the anticipated surge in power demand?
Can I answer in bahasa? Okay. How the government aligning with this energy policy to support anticipate short power demand? I think today we know that our data center in Indonesia for supporting AI is very limited. Only one private company that support a data center in GPU basics. So how to attract investment? I think government should involve in this. You know, it is a very complex situation in Indonesia regarding to the investment of government. So I need the private sector and also government need to collaborate together to make a new scenario how to develop a model business and also the model or scenario for investment that attract even for foreign and also for domestic player. So I think it's a critical issue for Indonesia to develop investment for infrastructure for AI itself. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, I want to make a question related to future trends and challenges. So, Professor Ayu, what are the potential long-term impacts of artificial intelligence on the workforce in the oil and gas sector, and how academia help prepare future professionals?
Yeah, okay. It's about the workforce, right? The long-term impact. So first of all, I think it's like similar with other fields, not only in the oil and gas. So the first one is the automation of routine tasks. There will be lower demand for the repetitive skill, right? So for example, the data entry operator. Is it okay? Yeah, the data entry operator, it will be lower demand because the multimodal large language model already can do that, right? In a very good accuracy. So why AI now is being used by a lot of companies? Because the accuracy is much better than before, right? That's the example for the data entry operator, for example. For the equipment monitoring, we can use AI also for that kind of works. So that's the first one. And then the second one, there will be shift toward digital and analytical skills. There will be more demand for skills in digital and also in AI, right? And then the next one is the transformative one. There will be transformation for the traditional roles. Because, for example, like the drilling engineer, they have to use these or AI tools to help them in doing their job. Yeah, there will be a transformation here, so it means that they have to upskill their skill. And then I believe there will be also new interdiscipline roles. It will be very interesting because it will be interdiscipline, between AI, energy, sustainability, environment. There will be something like that. Perhaps we can see like emission data engineer, for example. So the idea is that all the workers should focus in this lifelong learning. They have to, upskill, do the upskill or the reskilling because we are now in the AI era. Yeah, because there are so many things can be done by AI. They can make us easier to do many things. The problem is that if we don't solve, if we don't do this upskilling, then there will be a skill gap. The skill gap will become wider and wider. So it's very important. If we want Indonesia to be still competitive, I think, for example, the government and also the industry, they should give this funding for this workforce, for this future workforce. Yeah, because if we don't want, if we don't like making this future workforce, then it's very difficult to find the local talent for this kind of skill. And it's very dangerous if we use this AI, but the local talent cannot cope with that. it's very difficult, very, very, very dangerous.
Thank you very much for your answer. I think I'm going to mix the question that I have from you, Paiva, with one that we have already from the audience, from Vincent from Universitas Indonesia. So when we are talking about these challenges of integrating AI technologies into existing oil and gas infrastructures, what are the challenges? What cannot be replaced? And as Vincent is asking, if you are a student, what should a student learn to be competitive in this AI-driven world?
Very good. I love the question, by the way, and I think I'm going to answer it through talking about challenges in general. So I think AI application challenges in Indonesia are nothing different to the challenges of AI applications or implementations anywhere in the world, for sure. So, and it needs to be understood, there was a misconception at the beginning, like 5, 7, 8 years ago. Everybody wanted to do digital transformation. Every single operator have established chief digital officer roles with the huge expectations to just change the world overnight. It's impossible, right? So it's not a project that it has start and end. It's a journey. It's a continuous process that can last for years or decades. And a company needs to go through that. So I had like a Gartner survey summary of the key challenges, maybe handy if we can put it. I remember the question, so if you want to flip to the slide, it has like interesting percentage of specific issues that is obstacle to AI implementation could be shared on the screen, but I can speak to a few of those that are dear to my heart. Yeah, it's okay. So you can see yourself pretty much what are the key challenges. This is Gen AI, which is, okay, similar to AI, just generative AI is you create something new as opposed to dealing with existing data set. But the key challenges really is leadership commitment in organization, believe in AI, that it can make the difference, genuine care to make sure that workforce is trained, that has tools to understand what AI can do. It's not a threat. It can help you to do your job better. And basically, when you have leadership commitment in place, you have to provide the training to workforce. Management of change is a huge task. And then executing on proof of concept is fairly easy. It happened in many, many companies. But to make it at scale, that's a big challenge. It's industry yet to see huge at scale implementation of AI differentiating really like a industry changing solution. We all aim to be there. I'm sure we're going to reach at some point, but it is a long journey. And again, those critical aspects that I mentioned earlier are top important. In addition to this, I just want to mention 3 from my personal experience. Huge obstacles, willingness to share. Good luck with many companies. They would like to, but it's not done. There's always some reason that, oh, but we cannot share this data, it's too sensitive. Of course it's sensitive. We can make sure doesn't leave your office. We can come to your office. We can be one team and do it in partnership. The other one is SME presence, to the question, to the point of student. Nobody will replace SME. You can have AI applications to make you more efficient, faster, better, less errors, no bias and all. But still, in subsurface environment especially, you have to have SME oversight to approve that particular model, to make sure it's validated through numerous iterations and tests, scrutiny. One well is completely different to the other. It's not surface compressor or turbine that has a pretty much similar environment. No, in subsurface it's completely different challenge. So for students, learning AI, it's a key, it's a critical, no matter what student you are, what are you studying for, please educate yourself on AI, educate yourself on Python programming. Even my son is like international relation, he's now doing Python because it's cool, everybody's doing it, so can I apply? Of course you can apply, it'll help you. So yeah, I think I'll stop there, but I could share, and don't be alone. We cannot do this alone. No one company can come with a solution. It has to be partnership, trusted partnership through collaboration.
Thank you for sharing your analysis with figures. I think we have a question. Okay, we have a question from, it's a friend of mine, from Pri Budhiharta, from Repsol Sakageman, is for you, Pak Chandra. What specific AI technologies are being piloted or deployed by data center sector company or private energy firms in Indonesia? And how are AI algorithms being trained and validated in Indonesia's unique geographic and demographic context?
Okay, thank you. So I can speak only on behalf of data center industry because that's what I've done for the past 5 years. So what specific AI technology is being piloted or deployed by data center sector company? So just a very simple example that in a data center, similar with an oil and gas where you have all the controls and finally you have DCS, distributed control system. In data center you have a building management system. So the building management system is now embedded with AI capability. So they can control all the cooling equipment, they can control the power system, they can control the or auxiliaries to ensure that they work in a very efficient way. And I'm sure that also applicable in oil and gas, where in a plant operation when the distributed control system or DCS on your panel room can be, we can say, improved by putting AI as support for the operation team. And I think last but not least, following what Ivo just mentioned, AI is not to replace people. I think that's one point, but AI is to support us. So it's a very good example that we don't want AI to do our job so we can do our dishwashing job, but we want AI do our dishwashing job so we can do our work better, more productive and more result in our day-to-day life. Thank you.
Thank you. So, thank you very much. I'm really sorry because I would like to continue this talk with you, but the time is up. I would like again to thank you again, Pa Ibu Professor Ayu, Ibu Ayu, and Pa Chandra. It has been a pleasure to listening to you. And continuing your last reflection, I would like to say goodbye to this session, highlighting that it's essential to recognize that people and technology are the true enablers of transformation, but they are the true enablers together. So I would like also to encourage the audience not to be a laggard, not just a follower, but be a leader in artificial intelligence. Thank you very much for your time, and let's see you tomorrow.
Thank you very much. The very last session of the day, would like to invite all speakers to stand up and also moderator and take maybe 1 or 2 steps forward as we'll use this opportunity for memento delivery. And for this, would like to invite once again to the stage Ibu Carol to deliver the mementos to all speakers as well as moderator. Very important discussion as well as interesting, because the advancements of technology is super fast these days, and 2 things that cannot and should complement each other is that the increasing energy demand and advancement of technology to excel energy efficiency and optimization is a must, while also understanding the consequences of the implementation of AI. Once again, we appreciate the insights from the moderators, from the speakers and moderator that led the discussion. And let's use this moment to have a picture together. All right, in 3, 2, 1. Thank you very much. Thank you, speakers. Thank you, moderator. Thank you, Ibu Carol. You may all return to your seats. And let's give a big round of applause for the very last session of Day 2 of IPA 2025. And ladies and gentlemen, that brings us to the close of today's final session and officially wraps up Day 2 of the 49th IPA Convex 2025. On behalf of the Indonesia Petroleum Association and the organizing committee, we extend our sincere gratitude for your presence, for your participation and contribution in these thoughtful discussions that have been happening on the stage. And we invite you, of course, to join us again tomorrow. We start quite early, 8:30 in the morning, and we promise it will be a day of more exchanges of ideas, strategic insights, and inspiring collaborations. And for now, my name is Rahma Ali. I'm signing off. I'll see you tomorrow. Have a great rest of the day. Thank you, and see you in the morning. Bye.